Disgruntled parents claim that white Afrikaans-speaking children are being marginalised at the Theresa Park Primary School in Pretoria. The parents have handed over a memorandum and are demanding a response within 2 weeks. They have threatened action against the Gauteng Education Department if their grievances are not addressed. Let me take you live now to that area with eNCA's Nqobile Madlala. So, Nqobile, the parents were there in the last hour, 2 hours or so, handing over a memorandum of grievances, and officials from the Gauteng Education Department also there to receive the memorandum. I don't know, from an outsider just watching from a distance, it seems to me like a situation where, grown-ups need to sit down and talk and have issues clarified such that it doesn't poison the minds and the environment for pupils in that school. But you can set me straight. What's your sense? Where do we stand with the issues at the moment?
Well, that's right, Tulas. From where we are standing, the department did say that they are going to have a conversation with the SGB in order to figure out what exactly is happening, and also just look into investigating all these allegations. I mean, those are big allegations. So just to iron that straight for now, though, Tulas, I want to bring in the deputy chairperson of the SGB and the school. So we're hearing from the parents saying that Afrikaans children are being taken into areas like storeroom to study. Is this true?
Good afternoon, and thank you for the opportunity. That is not true. And then those are high levels of mendacity that is peddled against the SGB. That is not true. The SGB does not operate that way. The SGB is not even aware that there are learners that are attending classes in those storerooms that they talk about. The SGB embarked on a class visit late last year when the school closes to check all the classes that are there in the school. So the SGB was never shown any storeroom that these learners are attending in.
I mean, the parents, though, would come here because they have seen or heard something. Some of them have even spoken about the amount of emotional distress that the children are going through. Are you going to go to the school and check for this?
Are you talking about the issue of placement?
The parents are saying that their kids at this point are being taken to certain areas like the storeroom to study. And unfortunately, this has caused a lot of stress emotionally for the kids. My question is, as the SGB, are you going to investigate these claims and go inside and check the school for these things?
The SGB is fully conversant with the running of the school and what is happening at their school. What they are saying is not correct. The school has got two laws. The language of learning and teaching, which is Afrikaans, and the other medium is English. So the learners in the LOLT, Afrikaans medium, the numbers have dwindled, to very low levels of about a 5, a 7 and 8 in those classes, and these learners, they are spread in various classes. So the SGB, in its meetings, found it, to be not feasible, to sustain, and then is battling, to sustain these classes. So the SGB tried, actually embarked on a process on seeing how feasible can, a solution be reached in as far as this is concerned. So the SGB never said, no, these classes must be kicked out. The SGB fully understands its mandate, and then it operates within the confines of the laws of the Republic. The SGB does not have any power to kick any learner out of the school.
Of course, we know that the SGB is not the one kicking the learners, but what we're trying to understand here, sir, is that because the kids are the ones being on the other side of the stick in this case, and going through what they're going through, what is the SGB's move then in order to ensure that at least you're clear and you understand that these claims leveled against the school are either true or false?
These claims, let me put it on record, these claims are claims that, try to seek sympathy on things that are not there. It's not helping the school. Before we get to the SGB, this SGB introduced, an African language at the school. The previous SGB, when we engaged them, the previous SGB said, no, numbers, play a very important role. If we could not reach, the maximum of a class, the SGB at that time was not willing, to fund that particular class, to an extent that, they told us as African parents that we would have, to augment whatever that is a deficit in the number of classes, should they find that there's 20 learners or so. But now, the tables have changed. They find themselves at a position whereby now they've got 5 learners. Ourselves as SGB, we are inundated with calls. We see mothers and children of our fellow parents, crying. Other parents, have got one child at the school, and then because of, COVID and the scarcity of jobs, and then some of them, they no longer have income. They requested the school to accommodate their other learners. So you find one child is currently sitting at home, but you've got learners that are attending, 5 or so in a class. So that is unsustainable, and it causes a financial burden also on the SGB. The Department of Basic Education itself does not, fund, classes that has got learners, that are 5 in class. And that burden has been taken to the SGB. We as parents, we are now compelled, to fund, such classes by way of what? Hiring SGB teachers, which is a burden to us. It's hiring of SGB teachers, and the other thing that is happening.
All right, thank you very much, sir. I'm going to have to cut you there. But just to be clear to us, the gentleman here is just saying to us that as SGB, they're acknowledging a lot of problems that are coming out of the school. Mainly also he's talking about those demographics and that the numbers in itself are dwindling in terms of how many people are learning the Afrikaans language, and therefore they are still sitting down, and I believe there will be still conversations with the education department in order to iron out those wrinkles and, of course, attend to the issues that are being presented by the parents, although at this point the SGB is saying that this is not true.
All right, thank you for that update there. That's eNCA's Nqobile Madlala in conversation with the Deputy Chairperson of the school governing body at the Lyre School, Theresa Park, out in Pretoria.